Okay, so in this lesson, I want to talk about some acoustic embellishments you can do over the G, C, and D chord. These are real common chords that we use playing acoustic guitar a lot. So you've probably been playing G and C and D, and you might be getting to where you want to maybe add some texture, some movement to those chords. So, couple things. I'm just going to throw some things out. When you're playing the G, you can easily go down to a C add 9 chord right here by just moving these two fingers. Something like that. Instead of having to go and it has a little bit different sound. So it allows you to hop back and forth quickly. That's one thing you can do. Now the other thing I want to show you is how you can do use your index finger on the G chord and play some little hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you can add a little flavor to it. So all I'm doing there is using the 2nd fret of the D and G strings and the open strings of D and G and playing just little riffs. And it can be whatever you want. Any combination really of those notes will work. So that's kind of a cool thing. And what those notes are coming from, since we're in the key of G, is this G pentatonic major scale, if you've studied your scales, but it's right here. It's 3, open A, 2, open D, 2, open G, 2, open B, 3, open E, 3. This is also referred to as the country scale sometimes. So it has that kind of country sound. So you can use really any note from there. Do whatever you want, but it's all right there kind of within that chord, so it's kind of cool like that. The other thing you can do on a G chord, you have to play it a little differently. So you're going to finger it with your pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. But it frees your 1st finger up to play some stuff. You can play this 1st fret of the B string to create a sus4 chord. Add some movement, some flavor within, just rather than just hanging on a G chord. You could do this. You can also move your 2nd finger and play this, which is like a G/C chord. Different, little bit different sound. So you could do, play your G like that without your 3rd here on the A string, your 3rd interval, and just use these two fingers together, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret B string, to play that option too if you want to mix things up. So we have this. We have playing some hammer-ons from this position or this position. So if you're trying to be creative or maybe write your own little chord progression, these are all good tools to have. So on the C chord, if you have a C chord, you can do really similar stuff with your second finger with the hammer-ons. The same notes work over the C chord. You can also hang on that second fret of the G string like. That creates a different kind of extended chord. You can also use your pinky here on the third fret of the B string to create a sus4 chord, or sorry, sus2 chord. Or add 9, whatever you want to call it. So that's some stuff you can do there. When you get to the D, if you can put your pinky right here. And what you're doing here is playing the third interval, which is F sharp, on the bottom. You can also hammer on second fret G string. And then you can throw in like a little lick like that. And that was just a slide from the second fret to the fourth fret G string. Hit the third fret B string. Slide back to the second fret. And then open D. And that's a nice sounding lick to go back to a G. So those are just some ideas, some things you can play around with to kind of spruce up some of these basic open chords that you've been playing now for a while.